Core theme. And quote. The magic of bravery and cooperation and quote is the core theme of this story. Byul and her friends use their special abilities to solve problems and learn to respect each other and #39's differences and work together. Main characters. 1. Byul *, a brave and curious starfish. All 5 of her arms have different abilities. Byul is always looking for new adventures. 2. Blue *, a smart and good at planning octopus. She helps Byul whenever she and #39's in trouble. She and #39's great at solving problems logically. 3. Waterdrop *, a mischievous fish. She always makes people laugh and brightens the team atmosphere. She has the ability to look at every situation positively. 4. Lulu *, a gentle seahorse. She encourages and cares for her friends whenever they and #39 having a hard time. She always reassures them with comforting words. Plot structure. 1. Key, the beginning of the adventure. Byul, a starfish living in an underwater village, wants to find new adventures. One day, Byul and #39's friends, Blue, Drop, and Lulu, decide to explore the ocean. 2. When, the appearance of the problem. During the exploration, the friends discover a large coral reef blocking the path underwater. Byul and #39's first arm pushes hard, but the coral reef does not budge. They decide to test the abilities of their other arms. 3. Front, demonstration of the abilities of the arms. Byul and #39's second arm is good at holding objects. Her third arm is good at handling slippery objects. And her fourth arm comes up with new ideas with her rich imagination. Her fifth arm has the ability to coordinate her friends. Using the abilities of each arm, she makes a plan to move the coral reef with her friends. 4. Conclusion, a happy ending. The friends work together to move the coral reef and finally find their way back. In the process, Byul and her friends learn to respect each other and #39's abilities and the importance of cooperation. Upon returning to the underwater village, Byul and her friends build a stronger friendship through this experience. Theme and message. This story teaches children the importance of bravery and cooperation. It conveys the message that each person and #39's differences can be a special strength, and it gives hope that any problem can be solved with friends. Ending idea. After moving the coral reef, Byul and his friends hold a festival in the underwater village. They share the lessons they learned from their adventure with other sea creatures. And they all have a happy time dancing and singing together. Byul greets a new day, looking forward to another adventure like this. Chapter 1. The adventure begins deep under the sea. In a place where blue waves ripple, there was a small village. In this village lived Byul, a starfish with 5 arms. Byul was always full of curiosity, and it was his daily routine to find new adventures. One day, Byul decided to explore the ocean with his friends. His friend Parang, a smart octopus, always joined Byul and #39's plan. Parang had an excellent ability to solve complex problems, and he often helped Byul and #39's adventures become more interesting. Also on this adventure was the playful fish Droplet. Droplet always had a smile on his face and spread positive energy to his friends. His smile brightened the ocean and boosted the team's morale. Finally, the gentle-natured seahorse Lulu joined the adventure. Lulu took care of her friends by giving them warm words of encouragement whenever they were tired or having a hard time. Lulu's presence was a great comfort to her friends. They gathered together and set off on a long journey to find treasures in the ocean. Star's arms each had different abilities, which helped them a lot on their adventure. The first arm boasted great strength. The second arm was good at grabbing objects. The third arm was good at handling slippery objects. And the fourth arm was able to come up with new ideas with its rich imagination. The fifth arm had the ability to coordinate and help her friends work together. At the beginning of the expedition, everyone was enjoying the beauty of the ocean in their own way. Blue studied the structure of coral reefs. Droplet played with small fish and shared a laugh. And Lulu quietly observed the surroundings and looked after the safety of her friends. Then, they discovered a large coral reef blocking their path. This coral reef was a big obstacle that hindered their journey. Star used her first arm to push the coral reef. But it did not move at all. Star and her friends put their heads together to solve this situation. Blue analyzed the problem and suggested various solutions. Droplet encouraged her friends with a positive attitude. And Lulu calmed everyone down so that they could solve the problem calmly. In this way, they began to cooperate by utilizing their special abilities. Star's second arm held the coral reef. Her third arm handled the slippery parts. And her fourth arm came up with new ideas. Her fifth arm coordinated her friends' abilities and helped everyone work together. Through this cooperation, the friends began to move the coral reef little by little. They faithfully fulfilled their roles, respected each other's abilities, and personally experienced the importance of cooperation. Eventually, they found their way back and were able to continue their new adventure. Having experienced the magic of bravery and cooperation, Byul and her friends returned to the underwater village with a deeper friendship. Since that day, Byul has been planning new adventures and is convinced that they can overcome any difficulty with their friends. In this way, Byul and her friends' story teaches children the importance of bravery and cooperation, and reminds them that each person's differences can become special strengths. Byul greets a new day for the next adventure, preparing to create another exciting story. Chapter 2. The appearance of the problem. The underwater village was always peaceful and beautiful. Byul and her friends dreamed of new adventures every day and explored the ocean. That day was no different. Byul, Parang, Droplet, and Lulu were heading deep into the ocean, admiring the mysterious creatures and scenery. But soon, they encountered an unexpected problem. A giant coral reef was blocking their path. The coral reef had completely blocked the underwater path due to recent changes in the ocean current. And the path back to the village had disappeared. Byul wanted to be the first to step forward and solve the problem. Using her first arm, she pushed the coral reef as hard as she could. But it wouldn't and #39 budge. In this situation, Byul decided to ask her friends for help. And quote, Blue, you and #39 re good at solving problems. So let in #39 think about how we can solve this situation together. End quote. Blue thought for a moment and suggested. End quote. I think we should use our individual abilities to the best of our ability. Let in #39 first analyze the structure of the coral reef and find the weakest part. End quote. Following Blue and #39 plan, Droplet walked around the coral reef and sang a light-hearted song. He cheered his friends by shouting, End quote. We can do it. Everything will work out fine. End quote. Lulu received Droplet and #39 positive energy and added, End quote. Yes, we can definitely do it. Let in #39 trust each other. End quote. In the meantime, Byul prepared to use the abilities of her other arm. Her second arm was good at grabbing things. So she found a gap in the coral reef and inserted her arm into it. The third arm was good at handling slippery objects. So it carefully touched the surface of the coral reef and widened the gap. The fourth arm and #39 imagination helped it come up with a new idea. Byul suggested, End quote. Let in #39 combine our arms and strength and push at once. and quat. The last fifth arm had the ability to coordinate his friends. So Byul adjusted the positions and roles of his friends and came up with the best plan. Now all his friends were ready. Following Byul and #39's instructions, Blue, Droplet, and Lulu combined their strengths in their respective positions. With Byul and #39's 5 arms and the cooperation of his friends, the coral reef began to move little by little. In the end, they succeeded in moving the coral reef. The underwater path opened again, and Byul and her friends hugged each other in joy. This experience taught the friends an important lesson. They realized that although their abilities were different, they could come together to create great power. They also came to deeply understand how important it was to respect each other in #39's differences and cooperate. Now they were excited to return to the village to share this special adventure with their friends and prepare for the festival. This scene is a new interpretation of the importance of cooperation and friendship shown in classic novels. For example, in Lewis Carroll and #39's and quat. Alice in Wonderland and quat. Alice finds her identity through interactions with various characters, and the importance of cooperation and understanding is highlighted in the process. Similarly, the story of Byul and her friends shows growth through the process of acknowledging each other in #39's differences and cooperating. This naturally allows readers to accept the value of courage and cooperation. Chapter 3. Demonstrating the power of the arm * deep in the ocean. Byul and his friends paused in front of a large coral reef. This barrier was impeding their exploration, and they had to call upon their own powers. Byul stretched out one arm and pushed the coral reef, but it was hard and did not budge. Byul was lost in thought. How could we solve this problem? At that moment, Parang stepped forward and quat. Byul, how about we each use our own powers? And quat. Byul nodded. They thought about what their own powers were once again. Byul and #39's second arm was good at holding objects, and his third arm was specialized in handling slippery objects. His fourth arm was excellent at coming up with creative ideas, and his last fifth arm had the ability to coordinate his friends and lead them to cooperate. Blue guided Byul and #39's second arm to the edge of the coral reef, and quat. Let and #39's hold on to this part and work together, and quat. Byul and #39's third arm held on to the slippery part of the coral reef well, and Blue used his arm to analyze the structure of the coral reef. And quat. I think we should push this part a little more. And quat. Blue said. Next, Lulu came over and said softly. And quat. As long as we and #39 read together, we can do anything. Byul, I believe in your ability. And quat. Lulu and #39's encouragement was a great strength to Byul. Byul and #39's fourth arm came up with a new idea. And quat. If we all work together, we can turn the coral reef and change its direction. And quat. Droplet said happily. And quat. Okay, let and #39's all do it together. And quat. His bright energy had a positive effect on the entire team. Byul used her last fifth arm to coordinate her friends, and they all worked together to move the coral reef little by little. As each of their abilities worked together, the coral reef slowly moved, and finally a path was opened. The friends cheered. They felt great pride in what they had accomplished together. In the process, Byul and her friends not only solved a physical problem, but also learned the importance of respecting each other in #39's abilities and cooperation. This adventure left them with an important lesson. It gave them the hope that their unique abilities could be combined to create greater power, and that they could overcome any difficulty together. They decided to return to the underwater village and share this special experience with their friends. Ending idea. Asterisk. Upon returning to the underwater village, Byul and her friends decided to hold a festival to celebrate this special day. They shared the lessons they learned from their adventure with other sea creatures and had a happy time dancing and singing together. Byul greeted the new day, looking forward to another adventure like this. This experience was not just an adventure, but it also strengthened their friendship. Chapter 4. The Challenge of Coral Reefs and the Power of Cooperation. On the day when Byul and her friends gathered to move the coral reefs, the ocean was bluer and clearer than usual, with the ocean currents flowing gently. They discussed how to overcome this challenge. Blue was the first to propose a solution. The coral reefs are so big and heavy, so we need to make the most of our abilities. Let's each use our strengths. Byul began to coordinate her friends using her fifth arm. Okay, Blue is great at planning, so come up with an overall strategy. Droplet will boost our morale. And Lulu, give us all the encouragement and support we need. Now, Byul began to perform each of her remaining 4 arms. Her first arm pushed the coral reefs with great force. Her second arm found a gap in the reef and held on tightly. Her third arm handled the slippery parts and coordinated her movements. Her fourth arm came up with a new idea, suggesting a different way to move the coral reefs. The magic of cooperation began to work. The droplets relieved the tension of their friends with their bright laughter. And Lulu did not spare words of encouragement, saying, "We can do it, let's try a little harder." Blue continued to tell her friends the most efficient method with her logical wisdom. All of this came together, and it was a moment when they overcame their differences. The 5 arms of Byul and the cooperation of her friends were perfectly aligned. And the coral reef finally began to move little by little. They joined forces to move the coral reef little by little, respecting each other's abilities and realizing the importance of cooperation. This process meant more than simply solving a problem to them. Their efforts helped them realize the true meaning of the word cooperation. They experienced firsthand that differences come together to create a great power. When the coral reef cleared the way, Byul and her friends cheered. They had finally achieved their goal. Through this experience, they came to understand each other more deeply, and their friendship became stronger. That night when they returned to the underwater village, Byul and her friends held a festival. They shared the lessons and experiences they had gained from their adventure with other sea creatures, and they all danced and sang together and had a happy time. Through this adventure, Byul wants to learn more, anticipating new adventures and challenges. Byul and her friends face a bright tomorrow. This story reminds young readers that each person's differences can be a special strength, and that cooperation and courage can solve any problem. Byul and her friends' adventure left them with a deep lesson and strengthened their friendship. Their journey is not over yet. New adventures await them.